the new god of lightning, the new gods of lightning, the new god of lightning, the new goddess of lightning, the new goddesses of lightning, the new goddess of lightning, the old god of lightning, the old gods of lightning, the old god of lightning, the old goddess of lightning, the old goddesses of lightning, the old goddess of lightning, the greater god of lightning, the greater gods of lightning, the greater god of lightning, the greater goddess of lightning, the greater goddesses of lightning, the greater goddess of lightning, the lesser god of lightning, the lesser gods of lightning, the lesser god of lightning, the lesser goddess of lightning, the lesser goddesses of lightning, the lesser goddess of lightning, the higher god of lightning, the higher gods of lightning, the higher god of lightning, the higher goddess of lightning, the higher goddesses of lightning, the higher goddess of lightning, the lower god of lightning, the lower gods of lightning, the lower god of lightning, the lower goddess of lightning, the lower goddesses of lightning, the lower goddess of lightning, the greater spirit of lightning, the greater spirits of lightning, the greater spirit of lightning, the lesser spirit of lightning, the lesser spirits of lightning, the lesser spirit of lightning, the higher spirit of lightning, the higher spirits of lightning, the higher spirit of lightning, the lower spirit of lightning, the lower spirits of lightning, the lower spirit of lightning, the major god of lightning, the major gods of lightning, the major god of lightning, the major goddess of lightning, the major goddesses of lightning, the major goddess of lightning, the minor god of lightning, the minor gods of lightning, the minor god of lightning, the minor goddess of lightning, the minor goddesses of lightning, the minor goddess of lightning, the superior god of lightning, the superior gods of lightning, the superior god of lightning, the superior goddess of lightning, the superior goddesses of lightning, the superior goddess of lightning, the inferior god of lightning, the inferior gods of lightning, the inferior god of lightning, the inferior goddess of lightning, the inferior goddesses of lightning, the inferior goddess of lightning, the ancestor god of lightning, the ancestor gods of lightning, the ancestor god of lightning, the ancestor goddess of lightning, the ancestor goddesses of lightning, the ancestor goddess of lightning, the ascendant god of lightning, the ascendant gods of lightning, the ascendant god of lightning, the ascendant goddess of lightning, the ascendant goddesses of lightning, the ascendant goddess of lightning, the descendant god of lightning, the descendant gods of lightning, the descendant god of lightning, the descendant goddess of lightning, the descendant goddesses of lightning, the descendant goddess of lightning, the transcendent god of lightning, the transcendent gods of lightning, the transcendent god of lightning, the transcendent goddess of lightning, the transcendent goddesses of lightning, the transcendent goddess of lightning, the past god of lightning, the past gods of lightning, the past god of lightning, the past goddess of lightning, the past goddesses of lightning, the past goddess of lightning, the present god of lightning, the present gods of lightning, the present god of lightning, the present goddess of lightning, the present goddesses of lightning, the present goddess of lightning, the future god of lightning, the future gods of lightning, the future god of lightning, the future goddess of lightning, the future goddesses of lightning, the future goddess of lightning, the authentic god of lightning, the authentic gods of lightning, the authentic god of lightning, the authentic goddess of lightning, the authentic goddesses of lightning, the authentic goddess of lightning, the synthetic god of lightning, the synthetic gods of lightning, the synthetic god of lightning, the synthetic goddess of lightning, the synthetic goddesses of lightning, the synthetic goddess of lightning, the progressive god of lightning, the progressive gods of lightning, the progressive god of lightning, the progressive goddess of lightning, the progressive goddesses of lightning, the progressive goddess of lightning, the regressive god of lightning, the regressive gods of lightning, the regressive god of lightning, the regressive goddess of lightning, the regressive goddesses of lightning, the regressive goddess of lightning, the ordinary god of lightning, the ordinary gods of lightning, the ordinary god of lightning, the ordinary goddess of lightning, the ordinary goddesses of lightning, the ordinary goddess of lightning, the extraordinary god of lightning, the extraordinary gods of lightning, the extraordinary god of lightning, the extraordinary goddess of lightning, the extraordinary goddesses of lightning, the extraordinary goddess of lightning, the static god of lightning, the static gods of lightning, the static god of lightning, the static goddess of lightning, the static goddesses of lightning, the static goddess of lightning, the dynamic god of lightning, the dynamic gods of lightning, the dynamic god of lightning, the dynamic goddess of lightning, the dynamic goddesses of lightning, the dynamic goddess of lightning, the land god of lightning, the land gods of lightning, the land god of lightning, the land goddess of lightning, the land goddesses of lightning, the land goddess of lightning, the sea god of lightning, the sea gods of lightning, the sea god of lightning, the sea goddess of lightning, the sea goddesses of lightning, the sea goddess of lightning, the sky god of lightning, the sky gods of lightning, the sky god of lightning, the sky goddess of lightning, the sky goddesses of lightning, the sky goddess of lightning, the god of lightning, the gods of lightning, the god of lightning, the goddess of lightning, the goddesses of lightning, the goddess of lightning, the half god of lightning, the half gods of lightning, the half god of lightning, the half goddess of lightning, the half goddesses of lightning, the half goddess of lightning, the vessel of lightning, the vessels of lightning, the vessel of lightning, the name of lightning, the names of lightning, the name of lightning, the person of lightning, the persons of lightning, the person of lightning, the persona of lightning, the personas of lightning, the persona of lightning, the personage of lightning, the personages of lightning, the personage of lightning, the personality of lightning, the personalities of lightning, the personality of lightning, the personification of lightning, the personifications of lightning, the personification of lightning, the image of lightning, the images of lightning, the image of lightning, the imagination of lightning, the imaginations of lightning, the imagination of lightning, the belief of lightning, the beliefs of lightning, the belief of lightning, the thought of lightning, the thoughts of lightning, the thought of lightning, the word of lightning, the words of lightning, the word of lightning, the action of lightning, the actions of lightning, the action of lightning, the reaction of lightning, the reactions of lightning, the reaction of lightning, the feeling of lightning, the feelings of lightning, the feeling of lightning, the situation of lightning, the situations of lightning, the situation of lightning, the circumstance of lightning, the circumstances of lightning, the circumstance of lightning, the environment of lightning, the environments of lightning, the environment of lightning, the relationship of lightning, the relationships of lightning, the relationship of lightning, the number of lightning, the numbers of lightning, the number of lightning, the formula of lightning, the formulas of lightning, the formula of lightning, the equation of lightning, the equations of lightning, the equation of lightning, the theory of lightning, the theories of lightning, the theory of lightning, the symbol of lightning, the symbols of lightning, the symbol of lightning, the color of lightning, the colors of lightning, the color of lightning, the thing of lightning, the things of lightning, the thing of lightning, the way of lightning, the ways of lightning, the way of lightning, the place of lightning, the places of lightning, the place of lightning, the time of lightning, the times of lightning, the time of lightning, the event of lightning, the events of lightning, the event of lightning, the result of lightning, the results of lightning, the result of lightning, the crown of lightning, the crowns of lightning, the crown of lightning, the throne of lightning, the thrones of lightning, the throne of lightning, the lightning king, the lightning kings, the lightning kingdom, the lightning kingdoms, the lightning king's subject, the lightning king's subjects, the lightning king's dominion, The Lightning King's dominions, the kingdom of lightning. The kingdoms of lightning. The kingdom of lightning, Lightning Queen. Lightning Queens. Lightning Queendom. Lightning Queendoms. The Lightning Queen's subject. Lightning Queen's subjects. Lightning Queen's dominion. Lightning Queen's dominions, the Queendom of lightning. The Queendoms of lightning. The Queendom of lightning, Lightning Prince. Lightning Princes. Lightning Princedom. Lightning Princedoms. The Lightning Prince's subject. Lightning Prince's subjects. Lightning Prince's dominion. Lightning Prince's dominions, the Princedom of lightning. The Princedoms of lightning. The Princedom of lightning, Lightning Princess. Lightning Princesses. Lightning Princessdom. Lightning Princessdoms. The Lightning Princess's subject. Lightning Princess's subjects. Lightning Princess's dominion. Lightning Princess's dominions, the Princessdom of lightning. The Princessdoms of lightning. The Princessdom of lightning, the Lord of lightning. The Lords of lightning. The Lord of lightning, the Lordess of lightning. The Lordesses of lightning. The Lordess of lightning, the Priest of lightning. The Priests of lightning. The Priest of lightning, the Priestess of lightning. The Priestesses of lightning. The Priestess of lightning, the Ritual of lightning. The Rituals of lightning. The Ritual of lightning, the Shrine of lightning. The Shrines of lightning. The Shrine of lightning, the Temple of lightning. The Temples of lightning. The Temple of lightning, the Leader of lightning. The Leaders of lightning. The Leader of lightning, the Follower of lightning. The Followers of lightning. The Follower of lightning, the Natural substance of lightning. The natural substances of lightning. The natural substance of lightning, the supernatural substance of lightning. The supernatural substances of lightning. The supernatural substance of lightning, the temporal substance of lightning. The temporal substances of lightning. The temporal substance of lightning, the spiritual substance of lightning. The spiritual substances of lightning. The spiritual substance of lightning, the natural form of lightning. The natural forms of lightning. The natural form of lightning, the supernatural form of lightning. The supernatural forms of lightning. The supernatural form of lightning, the temporal form of lightning. The temporal forms of lightning. The temporal form of lightning, the spiritual form of lightning. The spiritual forms of lightning. The spiritual form of lightning, the age of lightning. The ages of lightning. The age of lightning, the era of lightning. The eras of lightning. The era of lightning, the awakener of lightning. The awakeners of lightning. The awakener of lightning, the awakening of lightning. The awakenings of lightning. The awakening of lightning, the realm of lightning. The realms of lightning. The realm of lightning, the dimension of lightning. The dimensions of lightning. The dimension of lightning, the zone of lightning. The zones of lightning. The zone of lightning, the frequency of lightning. The frequencies of lightning. The frequency of lightning, the century of lightning. The centuries of lightning. The century of lightning, the millennium of lightning. The millenniums of lightning. The millennium of lightning, the purpose of lightning. The purposes of lightning. The purpose of lightning, the meaning of lightning. The meanings of lightning. The meaning of lightning, the culture of lightning. The cultures of lightning. The culture of lightning, the demonstrator of lightning. The demonstrators of lightning. The demonstrator of lightning, the demonstration of lightning. The demonstrations of lightning. The demonstration of lightning, the manifester of lightning. The manifestors of lightning. The manifester of lightning, the manifestation of lightning. The manifestations of lightning. The manifestation of lightning, the presence of lightning. The presences of lightning. The presence of lightning, the glow of lightning. The glows of lightning. The glow of lightning, the goal of lightning. The goals of lightning. The goal of lightning, the plan of lightning. The plans of lightning. The plan of lightning, the book of lightning. The books of lightning. The book of lightning, The philosopher of lightning. The philosophers of lightning. The philosopher of lightning. The philosophy of lightning. The philosophies of lightning. The philosophy of lightning. The releaser of lightning. The releasers of lightning. The releaser of lightning. The release of lightning. The releases of lightning. The release of lightning. The variable of lightning. The variables of lightning. The variable of lightning. The cause of lightning. The causes of lightning. The cause of lightning. The effect of lightning. The effects of lightning. The effect of lightning. The journey of lightning. The journeys of lightning. The journey of lightning. The emergence of lightning. The emergences of lightning. The emergence of lightning. The source of lightning. The sources of lightning. The source of lightning. The originator of lightning. The originators of lightning. The originator of lightning. The origin of lightning. The origins of lightning. The origin of lightning. The forefather of lightning. The forefathers of lightning. The forefather of lightning. The foremother of lightning. The foremothers of lightning. The foremother of lightning. The ancestor of lightning. The ancestors of lightning. The ancestor of lightning. The descendant of lightning. The descendants of lightning. The descendant of lightning. The lineage of lightning. The lineages of lightning. The lineage of lightning. The heritage of lightning. The heritages of lightning. The heritage of lightning. The heir of lightning. The heirs of lightning. The heir of lightning. The co-heir of lightning. The co-heirs of lightning. The co-heir of lightning. The joint heir of lightning. The joint heirs of lightning. The joint heir of lightning. The dynasty of lightning. The dynasties of lightning. The dynasty of lightning. The force of lightning. The forces of lightning. The force of lightning. The law of lightning. The laws of lightning. The law of lightning. The pact of lightning. The pacts of lightning. The pact of lightning. The game of lightning. The games of lightning. The game of lightning. The mask of lightning. The masks of lightning. The mask of lightning. The armor of lightning. The armors of lightning. The armor of lightning. The sword of lightning. The swords of lightning. The sword of lightning. The shield of lightning. The shields of lightning. The shield of lightning. The force shield of lightning. The force shields of lightning. The force shield of lightning. The armored force shield of lightning. The armored force shields of lightning. The armored force shield of lightning. The champion of lightning. The champions of lightning. The champion of lightning. The guardian of lightning. The guardians of lightning. The guardian of lightning. The defender of lightning. The defenders of lightning. The defender of lightning. The protector of lightning. The protectors of lightning. The protector of lightning. The chant of lightning. The chants of lightning. The chant of lightning. The shape of lightning. The shapes of lightning. The shape of lightning. The cube of lightning. The cubes of lightning. The cube of lightning. The cuboid of lightning. The cuboids of lightning. The cuboid of lightning. The sphere of lightning. The spheres of lightning. The sphere of lightning. The spheroid of lightning. The spheroids of lightning. The spheroid of lightning. The prism of lightning. The prisms of lightning. The prism of lightning. The pyramid of lightning. The pyramids of lightning. The pyramid of lightning. The cylinder of lightning. The cylinders of lightning. The cylinder of lightning. The cone of lightning. The cones of lightning. The cone of lightning. The triangle of lightning. The triangles of lightning. The triangle of lightning. The circle of lightning. The circles of lightning. The circle of lightning. The semicircle of lightning. The semicircles of lightning. The semicircle of lightning. The square of lightning. The squares of lightning. The square of lightning. The rectangle of lightning. The rectangles of lightning. The rectangle of lightning. The parallelogram of lightning. The parallelograms of lightning. The parallelogram of lightning. The rhombus of lightning. The rhombuses of lightning. The rhombus of lightning. The trapezoid of lightning. The trapezoids of lightning. The trapezoid of lightning. The polygon of lightning. The polygons of lightning. The polygon of lightning. The pentagon of lightning. The pentagons of lightning. the pentagon of lightning, the hexagon of lightning, the hexagons of lightning, the hexagon of lightning, the septagon of lightning, the septagons of lightning, the septagon of lightning, the octagon of lightning, the octagons of lightning, the octagon of lightning, the nonagon of lightning, the nonagons of lightning, the nonagon of lightning, the decagon of lightning, the decagons of lightning, the decagon of lightning, the evolution of lightning, the evolutions of lightning, the evolution of lightning, the revolution of lightning, the revolutions of lightning, the revolution of lightning, the elemental art of lightning, the elemental arts of lightning, the elemental art of lightning, the elemental science of lightning, the elemental sciences of lightning, the elemental science of lightning, the elemental principle of lightning, the elemental principles of lightning, the elemental principle of lightning, the elemental technology of lightning, the elemental technologies of lightning, the elemental technology of lightning, the low elemental art of lightning, the low elemental arts of lightning, the low elemental art of lightning, the low elemental science of lightning, the low elemental sciences of lightning, the low elemental science of lightning, the low elemental principle of lightning, the low elemental principles of lightning, the low elemental principle of lightning, the low elemental technology of lightning, the low elemental technologies of lightning, the low elemental technology of lightning, the high elemental art of lightning, the high elemental arts of lightning, the high elemental art of lightning, the high elemental science of lightning, the high elemental sciences of lightning, the high elemental science of lightning, the high elemental principle of lightning, the high elemental principles of lightning, the high elemental principle of lightning, the high elemental technology of lightning, the high elemental technologies of lightning, the high elemental technology of lightning, the agent of lightning, the agents of lightning, the agent of lightning, the agency of lightning, the agencies of lightning, the agency of lightning, the amplifier of lightning, the amplifiers of lightning, the amplifier of lightning, the amplification of lightning, the amplifications of lightning, the amplification of lightning, the enhancer of lightning, the enhancers of lightning, the enhancer of lightning, the enhancement of lightning, the enhancements of lightning, the enhancement of lightning, the magnifier of lightning, the magnifiers of lightning, the magnifier of lightning, the magnification of lightning, the magnifications of lightning, the magnification of lightning, the influencer of lightning, the influencers of lightning, the influencer of lightning, the influence of lightning, the influences of lightning, the influence of lightning, the emanator of lightning, the emanators of lightning, the emanator of lightning, the emanation of lightning, the emanations of lightning, the emanation of lightning, the converger of lightning, the convergers of lightning, the converger of lightning, the convergence of lightning, the convergences of lightning, the convergence of lightning, the aura of lightning, the auras of lightning, the aura of lightning, the impression of lightning, the impressions of lightning, the impression of lightning, the intelligence of lightning, the intelligences of lightning, the intelligence of lightning, the sophistication of lightning, the sophistications of lightning, the sophistication of lightning, the genius of lightning, the geniuses of lightning, the genius of lightning, the polymath of lightning, the polymaths of lightning, the polymath of lightning, the psychic of lightning, the psychics of lightning, the psychic of lightning, the knowledge of lightning, the knowledges of lightning, the knowledge of lightning, the understanding of lightning, the understandings of lightning, the understanding of lightning, the wisdom of lightning, the wisdoms of lightning, the wisdom of lightning, the secret of lightning, the secrets of lightning, the secret of lightning, the mystery of lightning, the mysteries of lightning, the mystery of lightning, the revelation of lightning, the revelations of lightning, the revelation of lightning, the tactic of lightning, the tactics of lightning, the tactic of lightning, the strategy of lightning, The strategies of lightning. The strategy of lightning. The strength of lightning. The strengths of lightning. The strength of lightning. The might of lightning. The might of lightning. The might of lightning. The power of lightning. The powers of lightning. The power of lightning. The authority of lightning. The authorities of lightning. The authority of lightning. The dominion of lightning. The dominions of lightning. The dominion of lightning. The rhythm of lightning. The rhythms of lightning. The rhythm of lightning. The melody of lightning. The melodies of lightning. The melody of lightning. The music of lightning. The musics of lightning. The music of lightning. The lyric of lightning. The lyrics of lightning. The lyric of lightning. The song of lightning. The songs of lightning. The song of lightning. The dance of lightning. The dances of lightning. The dance of lightning. The spirit of lightning. The spirits of lightning. The spirit of lightning. The soul of lightning. The souls of lightning. The soul of lightning. The body of lightning. The bodies of lightning. The body of lightning. The mark of lightning. The marks of lightning. The mark of lightning. The promise of lightning. The promises of lightning. The promise of lightning. The visionary of lightning. The visionaries of lightning. The visionary of lightning. The vision of lightning. The visions of lightning. The vision of lightning. The picture of lightning. The pictures of lightning. The picture of lightning. The sound of lightning. The sounds of lightning. The sound of lightning. The tongue of lightning. The tongues of lightning. The tongue of lightning. The language of lightning. The languages of lightning. The language of lightning. The communication of lightning. The communications of lightning. The communication of lightning. The people of lightning. The peoples of lightning. The people of lightning. The society of lightning. The societies of lightning. The society of lightning. The fortress of lightning. The fortresses of lightning. The fortress of lightning. The government of lightning. The governments of lightning. The government of lightning. The city of lightning. The cities of lightning. The city of lightning. The nation of lightning. The nations of lightning. The nation of lightning. The civilization of lightning. The civilizations of lightning. The civilization of lightning. The world of lightning. The worlds of lightning. The world of lightning.